Skye, congratulations on the film. Tell me, what brought you to Hunger Ward? I know it's the third of a trilogy in which you explore humanitarian crises around the world.
Yeah, Hunger Ward is the capstone film of the humanitarian trilogy, which focuses on global displacement, particularly in the Middle East. And we filmed it in Yemen, in the middle of the conflict zone there, studying the effects of the human caused famine on civilians.
It's really tough to watch the situation because sometimes we separate ourselves from what we see on the news. Oh, it's not happening here. It's like we turn it into a spectacle. But through the documentary, I think we get closer to the tragic situation. So I think it's a great tool to make people aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think film is one of those mediums that can generate empathy, right? And I often think to Mohsin Hamid's quote about empathy, empathy is about finding echoes of another person in yourself. And I return to that quote from time to time because I think it's true. I think one of the things that cinema can do that other mediums can't do in the same way is place us in an environment, in a moment as it unfolds, so that we can relate to it in a really visceral way. And that's certainly what we intended and attempted to do in Hunger Ward, so that people could really feel like what it's like to be there in a therapeutic feeding center, trying to save the life of a child.
How important was it for you, this nomination? I know that you've got a lot of attention throughout the years through your work, but this is something very exciting, I guess, no?
Well, yeah, sure. Being recognized by your peers is incredibly gratifying, of course. The thing we're most thrilled about, of course, is it really does give us this larger stage to talk to people like you and others to really bring the issue to the foreground in the media ecosystem. And that's really important to us because we've been using the film as a vehicle to actually try to intervene in US policy in the conflict in Yemen. So we're really happy to be able to talk about it more fully now.
Do you think there's a solution? Is there a path to peace?
There's absolutely a path to peace in Yemen, and that's the good news, right? I'm always looking for hope in my projects, and certainly that's one of the hopeful notes about this one, is that we're part of a civil society movement using the film as a vehicle for change. And so we've been doing policy screenings for decision makers, for members of the Biden administration, for senators and representatives, because we have the ability to intervene in the conflict in Yemen by stopping support for the coalition. So we're very hopeful that things are going in the right direction now, and that with continued pressure, the US will actually withdraw from the conflict in substantial ways.